Well, hey there, folks. Vlad here from Review Outdoor Gear, and today I would like to show you guys this pack. This is the Camelbak MULE Pro, the 14 liter, and there's a lot of things I like about it, a few things I don't, so I'd like to share those with you, along with some just specs and general information. So let's get into it. So here's how it looks when you're wearing it. Just an all-around kind of shot. Hugs the body pretty nicely. Nice and adjustable with all the straps. Let's take it off and check it out a little bit closer. So here it is. Again, this is the Camelbak MULE Pro 14 liter. It's pretty packed with features. It is a cycling specific backpack, so it's kind of geared more towards that. It's got a lot of kind of features that accommodate cycling and kind of a little bit maybe of commuting as well, but probably mountain biking and a little maybe some road biking, but that kind of stuff. Here's the back. It has a suspended air mesh, so it almost completely suspends the pack off of your back when you're riding. Very nice. Down here in the lumbar area, you've got some foam, and it's not even really foam. It's a very kind of stiff, kind of plastic, kind of like a sponge almost. If you look really closely, you might be able to see they're very loose packed. So it's not foam as in like a dense foam, it's very airy. And up here on your back, same kind of material, very nice and plush, but again, very breathable. So it's very much geared towards ventilation all the way through. In the middle here, you got kind of more of a rigid plastic material, kind of giving the pack some of that rigidity so it's not floppy when you set it down. Kind of keeps its shape on your back. And I will say, this actually works quite well, especially when you're going faster. The air will kind of get in through the sides and up on top over your back, and will blow out air and keep you cooler. Obviously, it's not going to keep you completely sweat-free. You still get pretty sweaty, you can notice, but it will dry out a lot faster, and you won't get as sweaty as you would with a solid mesh or solid pan on the back. These are becoming pretty common at this point on a lot of packs. So there's that. The waist belt here, also very airy, made out of a mesh. There's a clip on the bottom here, very adjustable. Right there. And I like that it has these little rubber bands on here, so when you adjust it, you can kind of cinch that back and it's not flopping around, loose when you have extra string. Same thing on top here. You have a chest strap, but this is not a clip-on like a snap. This is, now they have this new system, basically kind of locks in there. It's a magnetic system, because on here, this is a magnet for the hydration bladder, which comes with the pack. That snaps into there. So it integrates that little magnet on the bottom there to also clip into this part. So you kind of just drop it on there and it cinches on. And then it's actually very hard to take off unless you twist it. So the way it works is it snaps on and twists, and then you twist and undo. So pretty unique. I haven't seen that before. I'm not really sure if it's necessary. It's not any faster than a regular traditional clip, but it's there. Like I mentioned, on top of that is Camelbak's magnet for their hydration. Reservoir actually comes clipped on there with the hydration bladder that's included in the pack. So there's that. It's adjustable up and down. It slides pretty easily. Pretty durable there. The top part is also very breathable and very mesh. A lot of mesh happening here. I do like that the top straps kind of blend naturally from the top of the pack, so they kind of they sit nicely against the top of your back here. Very nice and smooth. The handle's incorporated up on top there as well. Really easy to carry around when you're taking it off, grab it. So nice and simple in the back, but very practical. Up on top, there are 2 exits for the hydration hose. This one is just a solid hole all the way through. And on this side is where you actually put the reservoir. And that has a little snap. And then the zipper opens up to the compartment. I'll check that out in a bit. Well, I will say, on this pack, Camelbak started using a different kind of snap. You know, you're probably used to the traditional looking kind of ones that have the 2 pins that go inside of the clasp. And I'm not really sure why they've transitioned to these. These are, in my opinion, a little more finicky. They're a lot easier to kind of mess up and put in sideways. And when you do that, you actually get them jammed pretty hard. And then you have to like kind of yank them apart. Same thing on the sides here with these. They kind of, I've messed up a couple times where I jammed them so hard that you can't make them undone. So I'm not quite sure why they've decided to do a different type of clip on there, but that's one of the things I'm not a huge fan of. But they do work once you get to, you kind of get used to them. But you kind of have to be a lot more precise with how you stick them in there. And those are used throughout both sides here. So, moving on to the back, got a couple pockets here. First of all, you have this outside mesh pocket. You can see there's elastic there on the sides, which is kind of cinched down by these compression straps here on the sides. It gives you a lot of room. You could stick a helmet in there if you wanted to, a big jacket, you know, whatever you want, a couple water bottles, things that you're not afraid that will maybe get wet or dirty if they're on the outside. That cinches it down pretty well there. And it has mesh on the side, which keeps things contained. Here, I like this feature a lot. This is a little pocket, zippered pocket, which when you're writing, sits right there on your back, and you can easily, I'll show you. You can easily reach that with your hand, and your phone goes in there. Really nice. And it fits pretty big phones. I'm using the biggest iPhone out there right now, and it fits in there perfectly. So you have to keep it in your pocket if you don't want to. Kind of slip it back there. Easy to reach, and then even when you're riding on the fly, you can stick it in there. The one thing I'm not quite sure what they did this for is this zipper. For some reason, to close it zips up, and I bet this would probably never happen, but it kind of makes me worry a little bit though, is if I'm riding, you know, if you're riding a lot and a long time, I'm just like worried that this could work itself down eventually, which I doubt it would happen, but you know, gravity does work and things tend to go down versus up. So I'm not sure why they made it to where it closes up. I feel like they could have just reversed it and have it close down so that it would be, you know, extra secure. But that's how it is there. Going on from there, there is a little padded compartment here on top, towards the top of the pack. It's very nice and felt lined for your glasses or whatever you want to put in there. Although I end up using them more for just like keys and stuff when I throw into there. I don't put glasses in there. But you don't want to mix those. So you need to put your keys and whatnot elsewhere. But that's up there. It's pretty roomy. It fits a good amount of stuff. My whole handle, you can see it goes in there. Not hard at all. So that's there. And then the main compartment here, you have to you can open it without undoing these side clasps, but the zipper does extend below them. So if you want to open it fully, you have to undo these, which I'm not a huge fan of. Because usually, so if you undo these and you're messing around with your pack and you've opened them and you close it like that, which I usually tend to do, I zip it all the way to one side. Because if you're trying to open it all the way up, one zipper ends up down at the bottom, and you close this one here. So the next time you got to open it, if you clasp these, there you go. See what happened? I was just trying to close it, and it did this weird thing where this little pin didn't go inside of the clip, and now it's really hard to undo. Anyways, like I was saying, now you're ended up with the zipper pulls below this. You have to like pull them up and then reach under and pull through. So a little thing, but it's just kind of annoying. So I'm not a huge fan of that. But if you leave the zipper pulls on top, then you're fine. Anyways, if you undo those, zippers all the way down. Inside here, you've got a pretty big compartment consisting of one zippered pocket on top and a little elastic mesh pocket on the bottom. The elastic mesh, or the elastic pocket on the bottom, has a little battery pack symbol, so I'm assuming they're thinking you could stick, your battery pack in there to charge your devices or something. But you can use it for anything. I've got snacks in there. Pretty roomy. Probably a good 5 inches by 5 inches deep, so it's pretty good size. Up on top, you've got a zippered mesh pocket, which has one zipper to open the full compartment, and within there are 2 pockets. One's a little bigger, one's a little smaller. This is perfect for me, for bike tools. I have my little repair kit, I've got a pump, and here I've got a little tool kit with a CO2 cartridge and a tubeless tire repair kit, so it fits a lot. Kind of nice that they provided these little pockets to kind of organize and separate your gear. That all goes in there, and the nice thing is this pocket continues upward, so it doesn't end at the zipper. So even if you have like an oversized item, you can tuck it underneath that little flap. That goes in there. They also do provide you with this. This is kind of cool. It's optional to include it, but it's just a little tool roll. So it has a little zippered pocket. You can throw, whatever you want, your patch kit, some spare tools, loose tools, and here you have little elastic little sleeves. You can throw, a wrench or whatever you want. You can kind of organize it whatever you want, whichever way you want. Then you can kind of fold it up or roll it up, and it cinches up like that. So it's optional. You can toss it off if you don't want it, but it's in there. So kind of if you don't have a way to organize your tools, this is a kind of a handy way to do it. And you can put that wherever. I have it on the bottom. But there is, besides those pockets, still a considerable amount of room in there for other stuff. So if you want to put a bigger bottle in there, or your extra clothes, or your lunch, or whatever, it'll easily fit in there. No problems. The other big pocket here is the hydration reservoir pocket. This pack does come with a hydration reservoir. It's a 3-liter one. It's Camelbak's proprietary one. They've kind of been making hydration reservoirs forever. It's kind of their thing. So they kind of know what they're doing with them. They make them pretty well. So this is the 3-liter one. Very nice. I won't go into depth about it. You can find other reviews about just the reservoir. But it's very nice. Has a baffle in there so it doesn't bulge out. Hooks up on top there. So you can pull that out. And in there, if you don't want to be using this, you can see there's a little clip that holds it in. You can undo it. It'll just pop off of there like that. If you're not using a reservoir, or if you want additional storage in here, there are more pockets and compartments. So in here we've got just a big kind of sleeve. I'm not sure if it's intended to put things into there, but you can. It says it's impact protection ready, so they might be, this might be rated to keep your iPad or your tablet or laptop safe in there if you're going for that. It's got another little pocket down here too, if you want to put maybe, something tall that you don't want falling around. It'll kind of go in there, and there's a little sleeve in there, so it'll hold additional items in here. Though, if you have your hydration reservoir, it will fill the majority of this up. And it zips up, the little hole at the top, and a little snap to make sure it stays closed when you're out riding, like that. Down here at the bottom, you've got a little loop. You can hook something on, maybe a light, like a red light, to keep people aware that you're on the road. You have additional external storage options here. You got these little hooks that come off easily, which I like. I like this design because you can easily kind of hook them on and off. But You take those off. You can add whatever you want under here. You can add your extra jacket, or if you're using this for different things, like I just said, day hike, you can, you know, put a blanket on there or a tarp or something, whatever you want. It's up to you. Whatever you can fit on there, it'll adjust, and it does adjust out a good amount as well. So you got about double that length. So you have some extra storage there. So there we go. That is the Camelbak MULE Pro 14 liter. This is a size medium. I like it a lot. It does have a couple gimmicks here and there that I'm not a huge fan of. But hopefully that was informative. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below in the comment section. Try to get back to you as soon as I can. And hope that was informative. As always, have a great day. Don't forget to praise God, and I'll see you later. Over and out.